When I was your age, I grew up in the UK, and the young people then, a lot of them were quite radical. They had things that made them angry, and they took action about it. They campaigned against it. So back in the early 1980s, the American military had nuclear bombs, nuclear weapons based on British soil. And many people didn't like that. So they campaigned against it, and they went to the American bases and they were angry and they protested. And they got these missiles taken out of the UK. People were angry against animal experiments, so they campaigned against that. Many people had issues that they felt passionately about, and they tried to do something about it. I find here in Taiwan, I very rarely see people feeling passionate about anything. I know that last week in Shilin, somebody had their house, and then people protested against that, but very rare incident.
I think that I just speak Chinese. That was because the media control everybody very well.
Yeah.
That's
a good
what
point.
happened in Shilin. I think people protest because the media is continuously reporting it. So that's why they noticed this. If the media didn't
So,
yeah.
how do young people break free of the media's mind control then?
I think the media really control us. Have you seen Taiwan's news?
Not.
Because it's repeating the same thing every hour.
Like Jeremy Lin.
Yeah, so if you recognize this, and it's a very good observation, how do young people break free of this?
I don't know, I don't watch
Just let
news.
it happen?
I don't watch that. Yeah, because the news is just repeating that every hour, every week.
It's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
I very rarely have it on in my house. It's another one of the things that irritates me. But it was on for a few minutes last week, and there were articles about food, interviewing people as they're eating a soup or something like this, and I looked and I thought, there's just all the things going on in the world at the moment, and Taiwanese news wants to focus upon a new soup or something like
News
that.
is
It's really
more-
embarrassing.
Yeah. Sometimes they can be ridiculous.
Sometimes,
Always.
on a daily
Often.
basis. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so have you ever been in a situation where you feel you have to do the romantic?
I didn't understand that question. You kind of talked into the paper and it goes I didn't understand. Can you repeat? No, can she read it? How about that? Here we go.
Did you mean that you must do in Taiwan?
Okay. I have to think about that one. Probably, yes. Probably. A lot of the times I keep my mouth shut when I really want to say something in a situation, but I know that I'm a foreigner in a foreign country, and sometimes I resist the temptation to get involved in something or do something because I feel it will be trouble for me. I'll always remember the first month I came to Taiwan, which is like 11 years ago, something like that. And people warned me that if I saw a road accident, don't get involved. And this went against my morals, my culture. I'd never heard such ridiculous things. And I said, why? And they said, well, if you go over and get involved, you may become part of the issue, part of the problem. And I found this unbelievable. And very soon after, I saw a scooter accident, and I wanted to run over, pick the scooter up and see if people are okay. And I resisted doing that based upon the advice that I was given, which is a horrible situation to be in, because I think we all have a natural reaction that we want to go and assist somebody that's either in pain or in trouble. And I found myself kind of stopped and thinking, do I go, do I stay, should I go, should I stay? And it was very uncomfortable. I'll always remember that situation. So perhaps that's me doing as the Romans do, because I've seen many traffic accidents where the Taiwanese just stand and watch and don't help. It's very shameful. So yeah, I feel guilty about this, that I did as the Romans do. Kind of look the other way, or not get involved as much as I should do. I've seen traffic accidents here. Right on this junction used to be really dangerous a few years ago.
Yeah.
I think the lights were not synchronized properly, and I seen some really terrible accidents as I'm sitting inside the shop. And the Taiwanese didn't go to help, but there were two guys outside here, two Western guys, who just put their coffee down, ran out into the road and tried to help immediately without thinking about it. And none of the Taiwanese standing at the junctions got involved at all. Okay, it's the end of that one.
Two questions.
What?
Two more questions.
Two more questions, okay. Am I talking enough? Is this enough for you?
Oh. I have an extra question
By the
for
way,
myself.
how much do you pay for this interview?
She will pay.
Just being very Taiwanese
My
again.
personal, really cautious about this. Your wife is come from Taiwan, right?
She's Taiwanese.
She's Taiwanese, and did you hold your wedding here?
No, I had it in Liverpool.
Because wedding in Taiwan got a lot of strange tradition.
Which is why we got married in Liverpool. I don't like the big fuss of the wedding. I don't like a lot of that traditional behaviour. I feel very uncomfortable with it. So I don't want a room with 30, 40, 50 tables and everybody eating food till it comes out of their ears. I don't want, well, it's not just me. We agreed that we don't want to do the routine where she has to wear 3 wedding dresses in 1 hour and show a movie of embarrassing photographs. Everybody cheers politely and claps, and the whole circus. I just totally wanted to avoid.
There's also a lot of superstitions.
Don't get me
rules.
started on superstitions.
You really hate them?
Well, I prefer logic, I prefer science, I prefer rational thinking. I don't believe in ghosts, and I live in a country where the belief in ghosts is very strong, so I keep my mouth shut on that part. I don't believe in an afterlife. I believe in science, and so there are many, many things in Taiwan that I just need to keep my mouth shut.